And welcome back to the show, where we explore the mysteries that linger in the shadows and the science that tries to explain them. This is Did You Hear That? I am your host, Jason Balbuena. Tonight, we are asking a question that haunts both skeptics and believers alike. Do places remember? So you probably felt it before. The heavy, uneasy silence when you walk into an old building. Maybe a strange chill down your spine in a historic site. Some call it a haunting. Others call it energy residue. So what is energy residue? In paranormal research, one of the most intriguing theories is the concept of residual haunting, also known as energy imprinting. Unlike intelligent hauntings, where a spirit interacts or responds, residual hauntings are more like a recording, a moment from the past, replaying itself in the present. Think of it like an emotional energy being burned into the environment, a psychic fingerprint left behind by trauma, love, or even routine. Some investigators believe powerful emotions, grief, anger, and joy, can leave an energetic residue on materials like stone, wood, or water. So when someone hears footsteps or sees a shadow repeating the same motion night after night, it may be a spirit trying to communicate, but a memory echoing through time. So, the science behind the stone tape theory. Let's break this down to you. So in 1972, a British TV movie called The Stone Tape popularized the idea that the emotional events could record themselves in stone walls, like energy on magnetic tape. Since then, researchers and parapsychologists have explored how physical environments might store this energy. Quartz, limestone, and water, materials found in many old buildings, are natural conductors and recorders of energy in physics. Some scientists speculate that these elements could somehow retain electromagnetic traces of emotional or traumatic events. But there's no solid evidence to this, at least not yet. Still, the idea continues to fascinate. Maybe memories don't just live in our minds. Maybe they live in the very walls around us. Let's look at some case studies that have gone on for years. So let's take a look at Myrtle's Plantation. Let's take a look at one of America's most famously haunted locations, Myrtle's Plantation, in St. Francisville, Louisiana, not far from where I live here in Pensacola, Florida. Built in 1976, this grand estate has seen centuries of joy, tragedy, and rumor. Locals say it's built on a native burial ground, and over 10 people are said to have died there. The most famous ghost story involves a young woman named Chloe, an enslaved woman accused of poisoning the family she served. Legend says her spirit still lingers in the mirror of the main hall, replaying the moment of her death. But that's where the fascinating. Visitors and investigators often report seeing the same event repeat. A shadow crossing the same hallway. A door creaking open at the same time every night. No response, no communication, just replay. EVP recorders have caught sounds like child laughing, footsteps pacing, Always the same tone, same timing. No interaction, just a loop. If these reports are real, it fits perfectly with the theory of residual energy, trapped emotional echoes from a traumatic past. Now let's break it down logically for you. Could emotional energy really imprint the environment? Science hasn't found a mechanism for that yet. Some psychologists suggest it's a mix of expectation and environmental cues. If you know a place is haunted, your brain is primed to perceive certain sounds or shadows as paranormal. But not all cases can be dismissed so easily. Certain frequencies, known as infrasound, can create feelings of dread or even visual hallucinations. Combine that with humidity, materials like limestone, and centuries of history, and maybe what we call residual haunting is really environmental. So do places remember us? The question is. So whether it's energy residue, electromagnetic echo, or pure imagination, one thing's certain. Places carry emotion. Walk through an old hospital, a battlefield, or a family home, and you can feel that past. Maybe that's what ghosts truly are, not lost souls, but the world remembering what happened here. Our laughter, our fear, our pain, leaving behind invisible fingerprints on the world. Well, thanks for joining me tonight on Did You Hear That? I am your host, Jason Balbuena. This has been Energy Residue, Do Places Remember? If you enjoyed this episode, please follow, like, share, comment, and remember, the next time you walk into a room that feels heavy, maybe it's not your imagination. Maybe the walls are still whispering.